It's perfect getaway for a lot of people, escaping to warm weather, cruising on the open water, visiting exciting places, and of course eating heartily because, well, all that food they always have out isn't going to eat itself now, is it? But how can you save money on a nice cruise vacation?
Yeah, it turns out there are some great deals out there. You just have to know what to look for.
Well, we look to David Highfield because he talked to some experts about their best saving secrets.
Yeah, I learned a lot, and I'll tell you, I was absolutely floored when one of our experts said you could go on a cruise for $30 a night.
I find that impossible to believe.
I will prove it to you, but I actually stopped the interview and asked her to say that again. Now, some of the advice you're about to hear could save you hundreds. Some of it could actually save you thousands. So grab a pen and paper, get ready, because this report is jam-packed. They're sort of like massive floating hotels with fabulous meals, staff that pampers you, and intriguing ports to explore. A cruise ship vacation can be perfect. Just ask John and Diane McCatch from Murraysville. They've been on 8 cruises.
No cooking, no cleaning, me time, and connecting with my hubby.
But how do you find some deals? We asked 2 experts, Stewart Chiron, who's behind CruiseGuy.com and has been on national television numerous times, and Ruth Nagy, one of the go-to people at AAA when it comes to travel. Tip number 1.
Repositioning cruises are some of the absolute best deals available.
So what is a repositioning cruise? Well,
the ships that are in the Caribbean today, when it's cold, a lot of them are going to move to Europe in the summertime.
and cruise lines certainly don't want to make that journey with empty cabins, so
you could wind up on a 2-week cruise in a balcony cabin. I mean, I've seen them for $400 or $500.
the drawbacks can be fewer stops, and you have to find another way home. But listen to what Nagy told me. If you're willing to get an inside cabin,
You can get some of them for as low as $30 a person a day.
what?
So you just have to know when they're going.
Astounded, I made her say it again.
It could be as low as $30 per person per day.
That's crazy. Number 2.
See if they have cabin-type guarantees.
Chiron says rather than getting a specific cabin assignment, you can sometimes save by agreeing to a type of cabin, like ocean view or balcony, to be specified later.
You're going to wind up in a balcony cabin. You may wind up in a mini-suite. You don't know. But if you're willing to take the gamble, the difference could be $500 to $1,000 a person.
Our experts say book early to guarantee the best price.
Because if the price drops, then you can call and get your price adjusted.
Be flexible. John McCash has found this to be true.
And if you can do the deals at the time they want you to, you can get unbelievable specials.
If you looked a week before or a week after, could wind up saving you thousands of dollars.
Number 5 is AAA's motor coach to Baltimore. It's one of the closest cruise ship ports for Pittsburghers, and if you book through AAA, the shuttle can get you there and back without paying for parking at the pier. Number 6, Chiron tells me if you want to cruise the Caribbean and save, go west.
And the Western Caribbean itineraries are always less expensive than the Eastern. So, taking a look at a sailing out of New Orleans, out of Galveston, they are going to be less expensive.
2 adjoining cabins can be less expensive than one big one, which is a great tip for larger families.
If you put 6 people in, it's going to steer you to a cabin that holds 6 people.
But both our experts say that may not be the best choice. Chiron says on a 7-day cruise, 2 adjoining rooms instead of a suite could mean
$1,000 to $1,500 savings by getting 2 cabins. They're smaller, but you think of you're going to have 2 bathrooms, 2 balconies.
when it comes to Disney cruises, you can save by bringing your own alcohol. So it's not contraband on these ships like other cruise ships.
No. Disney is an exemption.
But there's more. Various websites recommend checking out what they call secret porthole rooms, a handful of cabins that give you natural light but have an obstructed view, so they cost less. And mousesavers.com recommends that when you check in at the port for a Disney cruise, ask for an upgrade, because if a better room is available, you'll pay less than if you had booked it originally. Number 9, buy travel insurance. It's less expensive than you might think and really important during hurricane season. Finally, Chiron says research online, but never underestimate the discounts a travel agent can find.
Because some of the best deals are never available online.
Okay, we were talking about those repositioning cruises, and we have an example. Chiron has found one in March that goes from Miami to Nice. It's a 15-night transatlantic cruise, and look at the price on this. It was $6,500 per person. That includes airfare from Pittsburgh. Now it's just under $2,000 for an inside cabin, and we have more deals from him and a link to his site at kdka.com. Also a link to AAA's cruise deals. And Ken, I don't want to say I told you so.
You
but
did tell me so. I stand corrected. Yeah, that's unbelievable.
That looks great.
Unbelievable.
Okay, now unfortunately we've had some news reports of people getting sick and that kind of thing on some ships. Does that lower the price?
You know, I wondered about that too, and I asked Ruth Nagy about it, and she said those types of stories may affect first-time cruisers, but she said in general, those isolated incidents, they're not really going to affect the price, so you can't really find a deal that way.
All right. Thanks, David.
Good stuff, David.